we rise to the top. Can't stop this flow. In the heart of the jungle, we're ready, let's go. In the heart of the jungle, we're ready, let's
Welcome
go.
everybody to another episode of the Roundtable here with Ben. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. Just chilling, man. Getting just had Halloween, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cold, but good enough to where the kids still have fun. So
I was gonna say the Saturday before Halloween, there was a trunk or treat. You know, our neighborhood's a really big church. You know, Latter-day Saints people, and we're fortunate enough that they like us. They invite us to their stuff.
you're part of the crew.
Yeah, I mean, our neighbors right next door to us think of our kids as another set of grandkids.
Oh, that's cute.
Our girls think of them as another set of grandparents. It's adorable. They love to go say hi and everything, and they, you know, I think they're a big reason we get invited to stuff.
They got weight. They're
Yeah, I mean, the houses around us, they all seem to really like us, like our kids, and they'll talk to us and everything. So, but they had a trunk or treat. Weather was beautiful, and then Halloween comes, and we're like, it's a little bit chilly. It's kind of started to sprinkle on us right at the beginning. And at first, Sophie was like, hey, what do you think? Like, maybe go to Daybreak? I'm like, you know, Daybreak, our friend went there, I think, Wednesday night, and because she didn't have her daughter for Halloween, and she posted some really cool houses and stuff they had, and I was like, But then I got home, and I was like, going to get some food, and I'm like, I freaking hate driving on Halloween. Kids just don't pay attention and just are running for candy, and they're wearing dark costumes. I'm like, no, let's stay home. I don't want to deal with driving around. You know, it just doesn't. I was like, I'd rather drive on New Year's Eve than Halloween.
yeah.
Kids just don't care. So just walking around here, and it was still a good time. Kids had fun, but then Macy was over it sooner than Aspen.
And that's the nice part about being close. You know, you're like, all right, well, let's go home.
Let's go home. We don't got to wait. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Went through their candy and let them have some and moved on. It was a good Halloween, though.
That's good. It's all about the kids, right? That's what was us. You know, when we were kids, it was all about hanging out with your friends, and I'm sure as your kids get older, that's kind of the
they'll start getting there.
I was talking to Taylor about that night. I was like, "Damn, it's like probably one of the last Halloweens we'll be able to kick it with Camry, because she's getting to that age where, you know, friends start becoming a major influence or a major part of their lives, where they're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and you know, and they want to go do their thing and go, you know, whatever.
Yeah, as long as they're respectful when they do it, like
we weren't.
I mean,
I wasn't. I know. I was always respectful, but it was, we weren't good.
I honestly feel like I quit trick-or-treating and stuff so early, because I was never, I'm not like huge into candy. Like, I'll go through phases where I'll eat like an okay amount, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't need the candy. It doesn't bother me or anything. So I don't know. Halloween.
Never really got into it?
No,
bro.
no. Because even when me and my wife started dating, like, I hated dressing up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I still do.
Damn,
I don't know.
Homie.
I
You gotta
know.
live, bruh. That's the shit right there. That's where you. No, it really was. I guess it was. We didn't really. I mean, there was phases. I guess there was trick or treating when I was in California. That was fun, but it was a lot of people in the neighborhood that got together and stuff like that. And then when I moved out here, it was more about just hanging out with like friends. Well, not just friends, man. Just we'd go. Like, do bad stuff, you know, shit, you know, the shit that you see on TV, egg people's houses and toilet paper TVs and all that.
I never did any of that stuff.
So we did some pretty crazy shit, you know. We had cars at that time, so we would drive around and do dumb stuff. But the parties, you know, we had like Halloween parties. We had a lot of those, and so that was pretty cool. But it was a cool thing for us. There was some years where I was like, man. And I don't know where it came from, because I remember, I think the first Halloween costume I remember my mom, I was Wolverine. I was a Wolverine, and I had like longish hair, so they did my hair like kind of like Wolverine style, and
I could not see you with long hair.
It was weird. It was weird, bro. It was not super long. It was like, and then I can't do the whole, anything longer than your ears because then.
I did it once.
You did?
I did. When I met my wife,
Rocker
she
style?
she straightened my hair, and my hair curled. I always wore hats back in the day too, so my hair curled a lot. But she straightened, and it was like right at my nose.
Dang.
I've never let it get that long again. I can't stand
Do it.
No. I tried, but it just, it was never an issue when I just went to work or something. But now that I get up and go to the gym, I don't know, it bugs me to have my hair not look right or.
Yeah. Like bedhead or whatever they call it.
Yeah. I'm like, I get it. I'm there so freaking damn early, but no. So I got to put a hat.
Hey, you got some self-respect there,
Like, I'm trying to look good.
That's good though, because sometimes people will just show up, and I guess it makes sense. Whatever, you show up, this did a workout anyway, so it don't really matter. But I don't know, appearance is kind of a big thing for me.
Yeah, well, they've become bigger and bigger because I've noticed, and I don't know if there's any conversations you want, but it's all about when you look good, you feel good. We've talked about this. You look good, you feel good. And then when you feel good, you feel more confident. So that's a lot of where, like, my gym and, like, even going to get my beard cleaned up. And, I mean, I meant to trim it up, clean it up a little right here. I mean, can't see it quite as well. But, clean that up and, like, keep my hair, nicer clothes. Like, all that started to come into effect. And, even, like, when it comes to my wife, she wants these gym clothes. And she's like, what's in my cart? Guess how much? It was like 6 items. It's like $500.
Dang.
Workout clothes are ungodly expensive for nice ones.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, it's the quality of it, right?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
last you.
it's no different than like this shirt. This is
First one.
an $80 freaking shirt.
But it lasts.
Yeah.
That's the difference between buying quality and cheap, right? You're gonna get. You can probably buy. Who was I talking with? I was talking with somebody, like, you can probably buy like 15 pairs of something, but by the time you spent that 15 pairs, you could have bought one solid pair that would have cost. It was a jacket. That's what we were talking about. We're talking about cheap jackets and how, he doesn't really like Utah. He's going to start getting into snowboarding and stuff like that. But we're talking about how he took so long to buy a decent jacket that he went through, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 jackets, and then he spotted like a $500 jacket, and he's like, and I've had it since. Like, but now I'm like, I'm actually warm, and the quality is good. Like, that gym is like, you're wearing your clothes. Like, we were talking about that yesterday, or the other day, because I have a pair, the shorts I wear to the gym have a liner in them. Oh, yeah. So they got the liner, and then the top, I'm wearing a pair now, y'all can't see, but there's a hole in one of them. And I mean, all honesty, Amazon special, $18 or whatever. But I was like, I'm really surprised at how much I wear them, use them, abuse them. They've lasted quite some time. Yeah. If anybody knows me, I'm extremely hard on clothes. I'm hard on everything. Whoa. Hey, take that as you want. Take that as you want. But no, I'm when it comes to testing things, I'm usually pretty good at it. Comes to clothes. I mean, I've got some that I've worn out fast. But there is, I will preface this too, but there is, with quality, you can still have defects. But people need to understand, because I bought a pair of Ariats, $100, $150 boots. Mm-hmm. They wore out in less than 90 days. Oh, dang.
But Ariat was like, absolutely, we'll take care of you. They got a 1-year warranty on them.
Really?
They said, yeah. Ariat was Reams, and I don't mean to like call them out, but I already did. But they're like, unfortunately, I mean, in the end, they were like, unfortunately, our policy only covers X amount, 30 days or whatever. Mm. So, and I'm like, all right, or maybe it was like 90 days, but it was on like day 91. So, like, they probably could have done something, but, I called the Ariat store, and they're like, yeah, worst come to us. They're like, but Ariat has a 1-year warranty on all their stuff, so just call the area hotline and they'll take care of you.
That's cool.
Okay, call them. And they're like, yeah. They're like, so what we'll do, they're like, send us some pictures. So I sent them some pictures. They're like, hey, I need you to destroy the boots, make them unwearable, send us a picture of them, and then we'll ship you some new boots, and you'll get them in X amount of time. And they did.
Dang.
And those ones lasted over a year. I mean, concrete's terrible, especially when you don't buy like work boots. You just buy like regular square-toed cowboy boots. Concrete's terrible on them, and at the time I was always wearing them. I wore them pretty much every single day at work, which is walking on concrete and stuff all day long, and they lasted over a year.
Dang.
So I bought a second pair, and I actually still have both pairs, and the second pair lasts me even longer. So.
Wow. Well, I think that's a cool thing too. Is sometimes when you see the return policy of a company, that can kind of give you an inclination of how much, I guess, faith they have in their product, right? Because if you got a year, to try them out, and if it doesn't work out, or if they get worn out before that period of time, call us and we'll take care of you. But a lot of times, if you see those, like, oh, you got 7 days,
Yeah,
that's all you get, bud.
well, yeah, quality is everything nowadays, and price is reflected. I mean, front end parts for like my truck, notorious bad front end parts. You want a nice kit, it's, I think to do my truck right, it's like $2,500.
Dang.
But they come with a lifetime warranty on it. It literally says in their thing, if you jump it, you break it, we'll replace it.
Oh, that's cool.
You register your products. Same with rigid. That's why I love rigid tools.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty that's paid off for me.
It's lifetime?
Lifetime warranty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You register your products.
Dang.
Had a drill go bad. Rigid didn't have the single tool available at the time. I ended up with a new battery and charger on them.
Really?
And they're like, it's your lucky day. Here you go.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
I'm like, okay. I just got a $200 and something, $300 whole set for nothing because I did my shit and registered my warranty.
Wow.
Bought a quality product. Everybody at work tells me no, but I'm like, oh, I win.
Dang.
Kat wants to say hi.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I think I did want to touch on that. So we started talking about, quality products, but also look good, feel good.
Yeah.
And I think that is important to kind of hit on, because sometimes, I feel like there's just periods of times where you start kind of slowly moving over. Like, I really do care about how. I know there was a long time where I always kind of cared, but it was always like, well, if I'm going to a party, I'll dress up. If I go here, I'm gonna. But it wasn't like every single day.
It was that care but don't care.
Yeah, like certain occasions, right? We had people, but now it's like, I'll be around the house, and I don't know. I had a door-to-door guy come over the other day and like knocked on the door. And, just even if I work from home, I still like to at least dress up a little bit. I'm not full suit and tie, but I'm dressed up pretty good. And knocks on the door. He's like, oh, he's like, just get home from work. I'm like, no, I work from home. He's like, oh, you're dressed up. I'm like, yeah, I feel like when I dress up, I'm actually like in the zone. I can actually feel like I'm doing something, because if I'm just laying around in sweats and just hanging around and still working, I don't feel as productive, because I feel like I feel lazy. I feel too comfy. And I don't know, it makes me feel good to do those things. And it always has. I think dressing up makes me feel good. It just, some people don't. I like it.
And I think that might be an industry type thing, because the industries we're currently in are very different. Like, for me, like my work clothes sometimes just end up being what I wore to the gym, which is, some people might, but I don't sweat a whole lot. Unfortunately, I'm not super hydrated some days, but I try. But even when I was, like, if it's bad, I'll change. But, I'm not that person that's sopping wet in sweat.
Yeah.
That's never been me. Doesn't matter how or what I'm doing. But, the blue collar industry is a little bit different. The clothes are more rugged and more dirty. So it doesn't bother me. But there's that difference in culture. You're the guy that, when you go to the office, I don't know if your job requires certain things, but, it's nicer pants. nice shirt, especially if you're going to meetings with people. You're like, you want to look presentable, which makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
If I know I'm going to a meeting with somebody, I'll make sure I wear my nicer hoodie or nicer this or nicer clothes. I mean, I still am blue collar worker. They know what they're doing. They know what they're getting. If they're inviting me in, they're asking me for some blue collar work, so they know what they're getting. But I do dress nicer when I know I'm doing that, or, events outside of work.
Right.
Definitely. I'm always looking for how I feel best. And that's what it's nice that she actually bought me some shirts, and then that one you got me, I like wearing that when I'm trying to do something nice because it's a nice shirt. So
Yeah. I agree. Industry standard, definitely can vary, right? If, you're more blue collar.
yeah, because that whole thing was going around to when I draw, not always going to be in my blue collar attire, but if I'm drawing from home, kind of the same thing. What I wear at home is what I generally wear at the shop. But I can see where your mind goes. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, if I was in that, I could see where getting more dressed up could make me feel like I'm in the zone for work versus just at home kind of playing around,
Yeah.
being paid doing work, but not necessarily doing work.
Well, I think even that, in the zone, right? And I mean, I'm going to speak from my own experience. I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm going to the gym, I can't wear a polo.
No,
and
no.
feel in the zone.
No.
Feel like I'm there to get it. I can't be at home and slouch and even if it's stuff with the podcast, I can't be in my sweats and just work. I have to be I have to have socks on. I'm not fully dressed up, but I'm dressed. I'm not slouching. I have to be in a zone. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at too. Is there's zones for I'm not saying that it all fits in. I'm not always wearing a suit and tie. Trust me, I do kind of like it, but I'm not sitting at home with a fucking full suit and tie and just being no. If I'm going to the gym, I have my gym attire that I go to that I'm I feel good in this. If I'm gonna go do blue collar work, if I'm going to the mountains, I have stuff that I'm this is what makes me feel in the zone. So I guess it's more of that. It's not really, it makes it feel good, but it makes you feel in the zone, you're actually ready to get shit done. If that makes sense.
That does, because I mean, like I said, most of my, and this is a little bit different. Most of my attire is the blue collar outdoor zone. So for me, that's fucking cake. I got the boots, I got the pants, I got the clothes, I got the jackets, all that shit, and I got the gym attire. And I have very minimal dress attire. So that's where I struggle. We went to a Roaring 20s party earlier, it was in September. They threw it early. And I'm looking at her, I'm I need a button-up shirt. To feel like I'm going to fit the image of everything I want. I'm I need a button-up shirt. So now I have a button-up shirt. I haven't had a button-up shirt in forever. But I'm when we go to weddings, I'm what shirt should I wear? I need to find or receptions and stuff. I'm I need to find a nice shirt. And then the last one we went to, I'm are we invited to the actual wedding or the ceremony? Because that's going to make a difference on how I'm going to dress my attire here.
Yeah.
It was just a reception. So I'm okay, I don't even honestly remember what I wore. I could maybe find a picture, but that is the zone that I enjoy it when I do. We've talked about it. Because I think I took her to dinner a week and a half later or something like that. And I was I kind of want to dress up a little. I mean, it was nowhere super fancy, but sometimes that dress up, you're yeah,
I feel good. Walk with an
fucking
extra,
look good.
chest out a little bit, and hold your wife's hand. She looks good. If she looks good, you're damn, man, you know what I mean? I'm keeping up with her, you know what I mean? That's
what I tell her all the time. She'll put on a dress, and I'm well, all right, I guess I got to put on some pants. Or I'm already dressed, and I walk in the bedroom, and she's wearing a dress, and I'm well, fuck, I'm wearing shorts and shoes, and you're over here dressing in freaking heels. I gotta fucking change. She's why? I'm because I don't feel like I look good next to you.
Yeah, I gotta look good next to you. Yeah, I agree.
Shit, come on.
No, it look good, feel good. It's a true feeling. I think it's you take care of yourself, and you just walk around different. You feel different. People look at you different too. Sometimes, like you said, I mean, if I walked into and it's all on your surroundings. Don't be a freaking weirdo. But people, if I walk into a freaking gym and I got a polo and like people are gonna look at me kind of like, this guy's kind of weird. Like, they will look at you a little weird. It's like, maybe, I guess if you have like shorts and you're like, you could tell the dude just got off work and he's like, I'm just gonna get a pump in or something like that. But you wouldn't see like a dude that's fully like
full suit and tie.
And get in there and start trying to, I don't know. Every occasion is a little different, but you would definitely feel out of place in those instances where if you just, fit the attire, fit the occasion, you will feel better. You'll just, it just comes across as, your energy's just way different.
It is. I mean, like, so when it comes to like in the zone, like talking about stuff like that, like when I first started working out, I would only wear like tank tops on chest and like arm days, chest, back, and arm days. I don't know why. And then it went to a point that I didn't feel good about myself, period. So I was wearing t-shirts all the time. And some of the times I'd wear tighter ones because I have some that are tighter. And I'm like, okay. But then I ordered some like muscle douche type tank tops. And I was like, I just want to try them. Like, and now that's what I wear every day. I don't care if it's fucking leg day, back day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel good in them. Like when I take my hoodie off, I'm like, I feel good. And like now, once I get my arm finished, I'm like, everybody can see it. But yeah, just those little tweaks, and it's like a phase in my mind. But now I'm like, I don't want to wear a t-shirt to the gym.
Well, I think you hit on something important. It's for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 100% for me.
You're not doing it to feel good around, like, for other people to look at. You're doing it because you feel good.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel, whatever it would be in the gym. If it's like, I can see the pump, I just feel better. I feel like, people can actually see what I'm working for. That's for you. It's not for anybody else. So I think that's very important to hit on. It's not for anybody else, guys. Like, this is, whatever makes you feel good. And it can be the sweats. It can be, you can be at home, I guess. And, if that's what makes you feel productive, I don't know, and to get shit done, I don't know. That everybody's a little different. But for me, I have a style that I'm like, this is what makes me feel good. And for you, it'd be the same way.
Well, and you may never know when that customer's like, hey, I need to FaceTime you. And you don't want to be sitting here freaking in your underwear, like, and you look at your phone and there's a FaceTime coming in and you're like, I don't have time to run up and grab a shirt because this guy's waiting for me. I don't know how often that really is or how often, but you never know that somebody might be like, hey, I need to have a quick conference with you. Can you hop on Zoom real fast? Here's ID.
Right.
Or here's this, here's that. To the point that you're like, you don't want to have to worry about that. You want to just be ready for that.
Right.
If I know I have to be on something that has a video, obviously I'm going to be dressed nicer and look nicer. I mean, shit.
Well, even like your what is it, your guys' Christmas party that you guys have?
The work Christmas party.
Sure, I don't think guys get super. I don't know. I've never been there.
No, we don't.
But you get a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, at least me. At least me.
Get cleaned up.
I'm like, I want to look nice. I mean, it's at a college, but they're training to have high class culinary people. So I'm like, I want to look good. Same like we said, look good, feel good. My wife, like, I love bringing her, and she's, especially as of late, she's like, I want to look like the hottest piece there. And I said, fuck, I mean, that's easy, but yeah, absolutely. Dress up. Let's go.
Yeah. No, legit.
You should hit up Dave, be like, hey, let me be your plus one.
Leave Taylor at home. Dave, do you have plus two? No, that's funny. Yeah, I'll have to, maybe I'll sneak in or something. Just, see if I can crash it without an invitation.
They're a lot. They're fun. I mean, all it is just food and talk. It's not
two things I like to do.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy. It's a lot of fun to go, and I mean, it's more or less like a little family reunion every time we go, because it's always, we got me, Dave, Gary, all sitting at a table generally.
Yeah.
So my wife, mother-in-law, Dave, whoever Dave brings.
That's fun.
So it's generally like us. Maybe one or two coworkers will come sit with us, but for the most part, it's just
Just
that little group. And
the family will see today.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's fun. We talk, and Chris and Lane, and they'll wander around and say hi and everything, and it's fun, and see some of the people that I don't necessarily get to see all the time because they're the install or whatever. So it'll be fun.
That's
There
awesome.
seems to be a pretty good crew going this year if they all stay.
Hey, it's only got a month or two. When is it? December? Is it
It's
late
usually
December?
like towards the end of December, close to Christmas time. Whenever they can. Honestly, whenever they can get us in. So
So they can make it a month. Come on, tell them to stick around a little bit.
That's up for debate.
All right, man. Well, great convo.
Yeah, this was
Look
just
good,
a
feel
ramble
good.
on, guys.
Yeah, just talking shit through. That's just the way it is. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But look good, feel good. So challenge, just dress to whatever occasion you feel like would make you feel good. And sometimes I've heard the saying, dress to impress, but I feel like impression is for you. It's what do you feel like is gonna be good, feel good on you, and that's really all that matters. You don't need to impress anybody but yourself. So
Yes, sir. That's it.
all right, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.
The Round Table Podcast, where we talk to our personal growth, struggles, and journey.